Right now, a woman says her East Side home was targeted by vandals for flying a Trump flag.
And a UW engineering professor who was suspended after a student's suicide is back on staff, but not in a teaching role.
Plus, an expert witness in a Rock County murder trial uses cell phone location data to raise new questions.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6. Charlotte has the night off. Police are looking for the person or persons involved with vandalizing a woman's home on East Washington Avenue.
And Jamie Perez joins us with the extent of those damages and why the woman feels this was an attack on her beliefs, but also the country as a whole. Jamie?
This woman said she was shoveling snow around her house on Veterans Day when she noticed the side of her home had graffiti on it and the flags that she had hanging in front of her home were shredded. She got emotional today when we asked her about it, saying she never thought anyone in Madison could do this, despite what anyone believes.
Happy Veterans Day. A torn and tattered flag.
Bridget Buckmeyer says she discovered these flags that hang outside her home were shredded as she was shoveling snow on Monday.
This is what I found.
Her American flag ripped apart along with the Trump flag that flew beside it.
And it just breaks my heart that somebody would do this to something that means so much to so many people.
She also found that someone had spray painted this on the side of her home.
Make a racist son, maybe? And I immediately ran around the front because I'm like, well, they must have ripped up my Trump flag. And then I was devastated to see they got both of my flags.
Buckmeyer said she knows her beliefs aren't popular in Madison, but she never thought someone would vandalize her home over it.
I think that anyone has the right to believe what they want in this country, and you should not vandalize, hurt, or destroy them for their beliefs.
Buckmeyer said she actually understands the vandalism to the Trump flag, but when she saw that someone ruined her American flag...
Everyone in every family that I know has somebody that's served or is currently serving, and we are so appreciative of those men and women. And you just made a statement that that means nothing to you.
Ever since she posted about this on Facebook, she said her experience of vandalism over her beliefs has shown her that she isn't as alone as she thought.
I've had such an outpouring of support over this. I felt like I was so alone in Madison because everyone warned me not to hang my Trump flag because your house will get destroyed. And I said, no, they won't do this. Not in Madison.
People have offered her free flag replacements and free repairs to the side of her home. But even with the support she's received since this happened, she said that this shouldn't have happened at all.
I don't care what anybody believes or wants as far as a president. This is not okay.
If you saw anything that night that could lead to someone's arrest for this, please call Madison Area Crime Stoppers.
Jamie Perez reporting. Jamie, thank you. And new at 6, a professor in the College of Engineering who was suspended for his connection to a student's suicide has been reassigned to administrative work. Professor Akbar Saeed was suspended in 2016 for his hostile and intimidating behavior. His behavior came to light after a graduate student in his research group took his own life. A letter from the UW School of Engineering Dean Ian Robertson says Saeed will not teach during the spring semester and will work in the dean's office until oversight measures are in place to prevent potential harm to students.
Switching gears now, skies were cloudy for most of the day, but less sun brought us a little bit warmer weather. Let's check your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolti. Gary?
Well, once we get the sun back tomorrow, our temperatures should warm up a little bit more. As we take a look at Doppler track, things are very quiet across the upper Midwest. We had clouds, but no precipitation from those clouds. But look at the difference in temperature. La Crosse hit 35. The reason is they had some sunshine this afternoon. Madison stayed underneath the clouds for much of the day. Our high temperature only topped out at 27 degrees. So the farther north and west you go, the warmer it was. And current temperatures are pretty much the same across the entire area. And that's because skies are clearing out. So everybody is seeing the same sky condition. In fact, temperatures are even a little colder out to the east where they didn't get as warm this afternoon and already have started on their way down. Look for temperatures to drop into the upper teens by early tomorrow morning. Look for a partly sunny day tomorrow, and that'll bring high temperatures back up into the middle 30s. Later on, I'll take a look at the forecast and include some precipitation on Sunday and then warmer conditions next week.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Gary. Considering the temperature is well below freezing at times and the slippery roads out there, law enforcement once again reminding us to move over or slow down when we see flashing lights. The Dunn County Sheriff's Office posted on Facebook that a deputy was rear-ended in a squad car on I-94 yesterday while that deputy was assisting a disabled vehicle. Luckily, there were no serious injuries. New autopsy results show a man found dead this week in Juneau County died from blunt force trauma. The sheriff's office says deputies found 26-year-old Jason Daly dead Tuesday morning during a welfare check at his home. The Necedah man's significant other, a 27-year-old woman, was taken into custody on a probation hold. Officials anticipate she will face additional charges.
Jurors in a Rock County homicide case likely have only 1 day left before they're asked to make a decision.
Today, they heard from Jacob Davenport's defense, that is. Adam Duxter was there and joins us now with what his lawyers are saying. Adam?
Yeah, well, Eric and Danica, the defense is arguing that there's not enough evidence to place Jacob Davenport with the victim at the time the crime was committed.
Today, prosecutors called their final witness to testify against Jacob Davenport. Detective Nathan Adams, who handled the case for Beloit Police, said after talking with those involved, he was able to link Davenport to the victim, James Thompson.
Mr. Davenport admitted to me that he knew Mr. Thompson. He estimated that he met him, I think it was about 7 months, or we'll say the summer prior to this incident happening.
In February, Thompson was found dead in his car on the city's west side.
The vehicle was located directly in the front yard on the terrace of 852 Vine Street, which is designated by the light-colored square right there.
Security footage placing a suspect in a red hooded sweatshirt at the scene, which several have identified as Davenport. However, the defense is saying it's not. Jurors also saw an interview done with Davenport in Texas, shortly after a search warrant affidavit linked him as the key suspect.
I know where I was at. I know who I was with, period. I was not with Bob.
The defense arguing today there's no way for certain to tell the man in the red hooded sweatshirt is Davenport, and that phone calls he made around the time of the crime place him away from that scene.
But you testified earlier that that call was covered by Sector 2.
Yes.
Which leads you to believe what?
That he wasn't there.
I have nothing further for the witness.
Now, court's expected to pick up tomorrow morning, and both sides are then going to make their final arguments before handing the case over to the jury for deliberation.
Something we will be sure to keep track of. Adam, thank you.
The Madison Fire Department is getting a new ambulance. Last night, the City Council voted to set aside money in the capital budget to make it happen. Now, the move did not include staffing funding, but it gives the fire department a new ambulance it can use to relieve older units. Fire chief tells us he hopes the council will vote next year to give them the staffing they need to cover the area in need on the city's far southeast side. Wisconsin National Guard whistleblower is fighting his commander's decision to medically discharge him. Master Sergeant Jay Ellis's complaints of sexual assault and harassment within the 115th Fighter Wing has sparked 2 federal investigations. An appeals hearing is scheduled on December 3rd in Texas before a medical evaluation board.
People living on Madison's north side have an opportunity to make $15 an hour by reaching out to their neighbors. The North Side Planning Council is looking to hire 4 to 6 outreach workers whose job will be to get more families to fill out their 2020 census forms next year. That area has several pockets that are considered hard to count. That includes people of color, low-income individuals, and immigrants. Now, the deadline to apply is Monday. This is all being made possible thanks to a $20,000 grant from the city. The state is taking another step toward addressing PFAS contamination in our water and other products. The DNR hosted the first meeting of a task force today, which was created by an executive order from the governor. We've been talking more and more about these PFAS, which are chemicals that are found in things like firefighting foams, cookware, pizza boxes, and stain repellents. Studies indicate they can cause reproductive and immune system issues.
There's many consumer products that have this in here. In addition to that, then people who are breathing PFAS air potentially that live near some facility or drinking groundwater or drinking water with those contaminants at higher levels are getting an extra dose of that.
Last week in Madison, state regulators said the Wisconsin Air National Guard is responsible for cleaning up PFAS-contained soil and groundwater in and around Truax Field, which came from firefighting foam. The National Guard could face legal action if they do not follow through.
State law requires school buses to go through full inspections every year.
Amy Reed looked at 2 years of those records for those inspections. She joins us now to tell us what she found. Amy?
The main goal of this investigation was to make sure the problems that are found in these investigations are fixed. We followed an inspector through one of her annual check-ins to see what she's looking for and looked through hundreds of records. Most buses pass with no problems or only minor violations that could be fixed on site. That could be something as simple as a sign in the wrong window. But we also found some recurring problems on some buses. Tonight at 10, we'll dive into the patterns we found in these inspection records and tell you what companies are doing to stay on top of bus safety.
All right, Amy, thank you. Next at 6, an innovative type of milk is helping a local food pantry serve people in need. We'll explain the process that extends the product's shelf life.
And a locally owned grocery store in the Marquette neighborhood may have to move. A look at the possible solutions. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 10. A stretch of the Capital City Trail is back open in Fitchburg. Crews have completed a 2-mile restoration and bridge replacement project between Fish Hatchery Road and Seminole Highway. It is part of a multi-year effort by Dane County to improve the safety and ride along the popular trail. County Exec Joe Parisi is including $250,000 in his 2020 budget for the next section of work on that trail from Seminole Highway West to the bike roundabout. More than 1 million Wisconsinites plan to travel for the Thanksgiving holiday, according to AAA. That is a 2.9% increase from last year. The majority of those travelers will be driving. Delays are expected to peak the day before Thanksgiving. If you're driving through the Chicago area, the worst time to go is between 4:15 and 6:15 Wednesday evening, the day before Thanksgiving. Normal delays are expected to increase by almost 2.5 times. Food pantries struggle to refrigerate and store milk, but it is one of the most highly requested items for families in need.
Kemp's, which has a processing facility that is in Cedarburg, is helping now Second Harvest Food Bank solve that problem. The company is partnering with Roundy's to donate more than 28,000 servings of shelf-stable Giving Cow cartons. Those are single-serve 8-ounce packs of ultra-high temperature pasteurized milk that stay good for longer.
It's actually good shelf stable for up to 12 months. And when you compare that to a regular gallon of milk that's good for about 2 weeks, that really opens up the world of opportunity for us to be able to provide it to the clients that we serve.
Second Harvest officials say they receive less than a single gallon of milk for each client they serve per year, so this product will be making a big difference. A new Kroger automated customer fulfillment center is expected to create 400 new jobs in Kenosha County. That's according to the Kenosha News. Kroger operates more than 150 grocery stores under the Pick and Save, Cops, and Metro Market names in Wisconsin and the Chicago area. Kenosha already has an Amazon fulfillment center that employs more than 1,000 people. The Kroger addition will mean the county has a major presence of 2 of the nation's top 3 retailers.
Coming up in sports, did Christian Yelich bring home his 2nd straight National League MVP award? Well, Kevin Lewis will have the answer.
And we are slowly moving toward warmer temperatures. But first, a few flurry chances this weekend. Gary will have the details next in your First Alert forecast. Now, it's pretty sad, I think, in mid-November when we're like cheering about temperatures like we've been having today.
Temperature should be in the mid-40s, and we're rooting to get up above freezing, and it's taken a while, but
no kidding.
We'll have to wait till tomorrow. Today, I talked about it earlier on a visible cloud track. We had cloud cover for much of the day, but skies actually cleared to the north and west, and that coupled with the fact that the snow cover is a little bit heavier, about 3 to 6 inches for parts of east central and parts of south central Wisconsin, down to the south across northern Illinois, where there's only around an inch, especially north and west of La Crosse. That made a difference in high temperatures. La Crosse topped out at 35. The best Madison could do was 27. So you can kind of tell where that massive clouds was, right here, where there was some sunshine and less snow cover. The temperature is warming up. And notice farther out to the west, temperatures in the 40s over the Dakotas and western Minnesota. For us, it's not only been the cloud cover, but it's been the snow cover, which normally we should have at this time of year 1.2 inches. We've had 15.6 inches. That's only 1,300% of normal. And we're now at 95 hours of consecutive hours below freezing. We should be looking at high temperatures in the middle 40s and being above freezing every day. So that's the longest streak since February 25th through March 7th of this past spring or late winter. And we'll probably add another almost 24 hours to it before we get up above freezing. But skies will clear out for tonight, and that will allow temperatures to drop into the teens. But having partly sunny skies tomorrow, it won't be as cold. Yes, I'm expecting temperatures above freezing with highs in the middle 30s. And then for the weekend, the clouds are back. That'll keep temperatures in the mid-30s. And there could be a little bit of light snow or maybe a mix of rain and snow Sunday afternoon. The live view from the Edgewater Sky Cam in downtown Madison, pretty quiet out there this evening. Not quite as cold as the last couple of nights. 27 the high temperature for today, 19 the overnight low. Still well below the averages of 45 and 29. And right now we're at 26 degrees. Winds are out of the west at 7 miles per hour, and that drops the wind chill to 18. But notice that the skies are clear. Temperatures over the next 48 hours expected to drop into the teens overnight and then be in the mid-30s for tomorrow. Actually, those temperatures should be up here on the average. And we're getting a little closer to that as we head toward Friday and Saturday. Those temperatures in the mid-30s. Probably make the 40s by the middle of next week. Current temperatures are in the 20s through much of Wisconsin. Again, a little warmer out to the west of us. And notice the trend. Temperatures warmer than they were 24 hours ago to the north and west. That's where our weather is coming from. That's a good sign for tomorrow. Our forecast for tonight calls for skies to be mostly clear. Low temperature will drop off to about 18 degrees by morning. But tomorrow with partly sunny skies, hooray, we're back up to 36 degrees and above freezing with relatively light winds. As we look at future track, those skies clear out overnight. Maybe a little bit of cloud cover toward morning. Low temperatures in the upper teens. Partly sunny skies tomorrow. Highs top out in the mid-30s. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy. Low temperatures in the lower 20s. And then on Saturday, high temperatures in the mid-30s. But the clouds start to thicken up, and we could be looking at a couple of flurries Saturday night. Sunday, a chance for some light rain showers, maybe or snow showers, maybe mixed a little rain in the afternoon. High 36. And then notice how those temperatures go up from there. Lower 40s Wednesday and Thursday of next week before dropping off a little bit on Friday.
We have the Walt McGrory interview that you demand. And did Christian Yelich do enough to earn back-to-back MVPs? Let's have a sports thing next. Brewers outfielder Christian Yelich's season ended early when he fractured his kneecap on September 10th, but his resume was still MVP worthy. He led the league in batting average, slugging percentage, and on-base percentage, also had 30 steals, but that was only good enough for second place. 10 of 30 first place MVP votes, not enough for Yelich to go back-to-back. The last time that was done, Miguel Cabrera for the Tigers in 2012 and 13. Your winner, not in uniform for the announcement, Dodgers outfielder Cody Bellinger. 9 more first-place votes than Yelich. He played center, right, and first base. 24 years young, Bellinger hit 47 homers and drove in 115 runs. He was Rookie of the Year 2 seasons ago. Nationals third baseman Anthony Rendon finished third. This is not a slight to college basketball players, but like Ali in the movie Hoosiers, you never know when your number is going to get called and you have to contribute. Last night, the Badgers beat McNeese State 83-63, and an unlikely hero helped the game turn around. With Kobe King injured, Walt McGrory came off the bench and scored 9 points in the first half, bringing his career total to 20. But he gave the Badgers a spark they really needed.
Yeah, I just tried to be ready for the moment and just play solid. Get good shots for our guys, attack, don't be timid. It felt good, and I just felt like I was prepared, so it was fun.
You know, he's on scout team. He's always the other guy's best player. He takes it to us numerous times throughout the year already. So we expected him to come out, be confident, play his role. And he did that great job. You know, he's definitely a big reason why we got the win.
Last night, Northwestern beat Providence, and this guy gets free textbooks for a year. Now, it's estimated to be $1,500. Now, you used to get free tuition, but tuition for this year at Northwestern, a cool $56 grand, room and board and other fees, $17,000. So all told, it'll be more than $78,000 to go to Northwestern this year. But hey, free books. Free books. Congratulations. Maybe coasters, too. The Badger football team heads to Lincoln, Nebraska tomorrow for the Saturday game at 11 a.m. with the struggling Cornhuskers. Now, the Packers are off this week. Quarterback Aaron Rodgers would rather play. November football usually means some pretty cold weather in the upper Midwest. That's something the number 12 embraces.
You know, we've been good at home this year. We're 4-1, and you know, excited about the weather. You know, the colder the better, I say, this time of year.
Well, guess what? Temperature at kickoff in Nebraska Saturday morning is going to be in the mid-50s. The odds are pretty slim on November 16th that it would be that warm in Lincoln. Badgers head coach Paul Chryst was asked if he feels like Rodgers in the colder the better in November.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, whatever it is, I think you embrace it. And Aaron's, he can speak like that, and he's right, you know, for him, and he knows it. But for us, just I'm appreciative of being able to get an opportunity to go with this team down and playing against a good Nebraska team.
He was sporting the hoodie today. He was asked after that if he was going to do like a tank top or Suns Out, Guns Out. To paraphrase what he said no.
Just no.
So 50s?
I mean,
the last time we were that warm was the last time our temperature was above average. That was 59 degrees on October 27th.
Memory.
So, yeah. So
I remember
it'll
that
seem
day.
like a heat wave at this point.
Right?
And we're expecting high temperatures, hopefully in the 40s by the middle of next week. Not tonight. We're already down to 26 here in Madison. Wind chills right now are in the teens. That's a far cry from 58 degrees. Mid-30s for tomorrow. Sunshine returns. That'll get us above freezing for the first time in almost 5 days. Mid-30s over the weekend, upper 30s Monday and Tuesday, and then low 40s Wednesday and Thursday. That's the best we can hope for.
All right, Gary, thank you. And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Such optimism from Gary here. We'll see you tonight at 10.